Let's solve this problem here, this quadratic equation, using the quadratic formula. Now I know if I'm going to use the quadratic formula, I have to have my equation in standard form. That means, say all the terms on one side, 0 on the other, so we're in good shape here. So let's just identify. Now here's the standard form of a quadratic. It's ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And now I can line everything up, right? I know a, b, and c. A is the coefficient of the squared term, which is 2. B is the coefficient of the linear term, which is -8. And C, that's the constant. So let's state this. So A is 2, B is -8, C is 7. And I'm going to substitute these values into the quadratic formula. And I always like to start by writing that quadratic formula. And it goes like this. It's a fraction. Here's the top. -b, or the opposite of b, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all of that over 2a. So let's substitute. We're going to get x equals -b, right up here, -b. b is -8, so we're going to get -8 plus or minus, now the square root of b squared, right? b is -8, so we're going to get -8 squared minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is 7, all of that over 2a, and a is 2. Now it's just a lot of arithmetic. Let's simplify. So we'll get negative, right here, -8, or if you like, the opposite of -8, which is 8, plus or minus the square root of -8 squared. That's a 64. And then what? -4 times 2 is -8. -8 times 7 is -56. So minus 56 all over 4. So this will give us x is 8 plus or minus square root of 8 all over 4. Now we can do something with this 8 right here. We can simplify that. So we're going to write this as x equals 8 plus or minus. I can break that down, that 8, into two numbers, one of which I know the square root, 4 and 2, all over 4. So x is equal to 8 plus or minus, now I can break these apart, square root of 4, square root of 2, all over 4. So we'll get x is equal to 8 plus or minus, now square root of 4 is 2, square root of 2 over 4. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor out a 2 from the top, right? I got this term and I got this term. They both have a 2 in common, so take that 2 out. So it'll look like this. 2, and then what's left? A 4 plus or minus, now we're removing that 2, so it's just square root of 2 all over 4. And then I can see that this 2 will cancel with part of that 4. So I think we're done here. We're going to get what? 4 plus or minus square root of 2 all over 2, right? That 2 goes into the 4 2 times. So that I am going to claim is our solution. And I can see two numbers here. I got x equals this. There's 4 plus or minus the square root of 2 over 2, not plus or minus. All right, so really the two numbers I see are 4 plus square root of 2 over 2, and then 4 minus square root of 2 over 2.